So this is about percent composition, which is the percent by mass. So percent composition is the percentage of a specific element out of the total compound that it's in. So the formula for that would be percent composition equals the number of atoms of the element times the molar mass, which is found in the periodic table, over the molar mass of the entire compound. So as an example, there's this problem where it basically says calculate the percent composition of carbon in zinc acetate to 3 sig figs. So this always has to be given because you really can't tell what number you should be using for sig figs with these problems, and I'll show you why. So the percent composition of carbon in zinc acetate would be, first we should write out what zinc acetate is, which is Zn, and then the charge of Zn is 2 plus, so acetate has to have C2H3O2, and has to have a 2 next to it, because this is only a charge of -1. So to balance it, we need to balance this. So that's our first step. Now, we are looking for carbon, and as you can see, here's the carbon. So the carbon on the periodic table has an average atomic mass of 12.01 grams. So let's start the equation. How many atoms of carbon are there? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 atoms of carbon. Now we have to multiply this by what's found on the periodic table, which is 12.01 grams. Make sure to put carbon next to it so you know what element you're talking about. This all goes over this, the average atomic mass of that in grams. So how do we find that? Well, first you need to calculate the molar mass of zinc acetate. So Zn on the periodic table has an average atomic mass of 65.39 grams. Carbon is 12.01 grams. Hydrogen is 1.008 grams. And oxygen is 16.00 grams. So now we need to multiply carbon by 4, because there's 4 carbons in zinc acetate, so 48.04 grams. And we need to multiply hydrogen by 6. If there's 6 hydrogens, 6.048 grams, and this should all be done using the calculator. Multiply this by 4 is 64.00 grams. And then bring this over, don't forget to add this. Add it all up, and you should get 183.478 grams. And this would round for sig figs. We like to round to the hundredths place, so 183.48 grams. So this should go down here. Grams of Zn C2H3O2. Now keep in mind, this is the number of atoms, this is the molar mass of the atom by itself. We found that just using the periodic table, and then this we had to actually add up the different elements from the periodic table to find, and that's the molar mass of the entire compound. So that's in keeping with the formula. And then you would divide this, but you would have to remember to multiply it by 100 at the end to get the percentage. So by doing this, you would get 26.2%, and since it's to 3 sig figs, this is 1, 2, 3 sig figs, so that's good. And that's the percent composition of carbon. That's how to do percent composition.